and welcome to the season finale of Explore the Outdoors with HBC. I'm your host, Alyssa Kozak. On today's episode, we decided to go out with a bang and try something new for me, a triathlon. Now, I'm not the best at running, swimming, or biking, but it was definitely fun trying them all out while enjoying the beautiful scenery. So let's go meet the directors of the race and learn more about Trinona, which is coming up on the 9th and 10th.
Okay, you just need to choose a protection plan here that works best for you, and you'll be driving away in your new car. We want to make sure that you and your family feel protected against any issues that may arise. I think the Platinum option works best for you.
Did you notice how Max Profit didn't give you the option to say no? You don't need this pressure. It doesn't have to be this way. Max Profit doesn't work at Lewiston Auto, so you won't be pressured to pay for what you don't need. Visit lewistonauto.com to learn more.
Lewiston Auto, the value leader.
With our partnership with HBC, we were able to now be a smart gigabit community with US Ignite and the National Science Foundation. All their other partners are large metropolitan urban areas, Austin, Texas, San Francisco, Washington, DC. And because of the broadband connectivity provided by HBC, we are a community lead for this initiative where we're going to be able to bring next-gen technology and stay competitive in the 21st century economy.
Providing opportunities for residential and business customers, HBC is leadership in your community.
Trinona is a triathlon in Winona, Minnesota. We have been putting it on for 10 years now, but basically what it is, it's a large event that we have every year. This is the 10th year that we've had it, and we are first-time owners this year. So this is our first year running it, my wife Lindsay and I. And basically it's a swim bike run around the bluffs of Winona, and it's enjoying all the beauty that we have to offer here in Winona. So there's two different distances for the adult triathlon. We also have a kids triathlon on Saturday. There are three distances for the children, a short, a middle, and a long. For the adult triathlon, there's two distances, the sprint triathlon, and then also the international, that's also known as an Olympic distance. The sprint triathlon is a 0.25 mile swim, 11-mile bike, and a 5K run, which is 3.1 miles. The international distance is a 0.93 mile swim, and that's a 25-mile bike, and that's a 10K run, or 6.2 miles for the international or Olympic distance.
So our kids race is all out at St. Mary's. They're another amazing sponsor of ours. And they start at 9:30. The kids all get there, we have a course talk, and then they all line up for the swim, and they swim in the pool there at St. Mary's. And depending on your age group is how many laps you do in the pool. And then they go out to the bike, and then of course they run all on St. Mary's property. International course, they start nice and early at 6:45 on Sunday at the boat dock here nearby. And then the sprint, and then we let them all off in waves, and then we have a little bit of a break, and then the sprint racers go out at about 8 a.m. So everyone's lining up and ready to go. Every participant gets a medal when they cross the finish line. They also get a t-shirt, and then also our sponsors have provided some items. Windcraft provides towels for every participant, which is a nice little sweat towel for them to take in with their transition area. And then also Kick-Ass Snacks, they provide a beef jerky packet for everyone, which is pretty cool. And then we'll have some other items, a water bottle. They all get a water bottle for their bike. So those are some of the things that they get, the main items they get when they register.
You can do it individually. Either distance, sprint or international, kids can do that as well. I believe all the kids are individual. They just get to choose which distance they're going to do. And then in the adult triathlon, essentially, you can do it as an individual for sprint or international distance, or you can do it as a relay. And we also, basically you have a swimmer, a runner, and a biker. So if you're a good swimmer and you have a friend who's a good biker and you have a friend that's a runner, boom, done, you got a team. We also have a corporate charity challenge that we offer each year, and we're trying to encourage, we call it corporate, but workplaces to get together, get outside, do something outside the office to help build that team. And what we do is we offer prize money to each corporate relay team to donate to the charity of their choice. So it's a good way to give back to the community. It's also a great way to encourage workplaces in Winona to come out and join in on the fun on June 9th and 10th.
During Trinona we will have about 500 adult participants, so a lot of camaraderie, a lot of cheering on by other athletes and spectators and community members, amazing volunteers who have been doing every Trinona for the last 10 years. They've volunteered, which is amazing. We can't do it without them. Great registration items and just a really good time, and a course that is challenging but doable for everyone. Someone who's considering doing a race, I would say if one of the legs make you nervous, maybe get a relay team. You can always do the swim and the bike, but you could maybe find a runner. So that's a good way to enter into it. Otherwise, start with the sprint, and you can rent a wetsuit if you want. You can rent a bike. I don't recommend renting a bike because you want to practice, but getting a bike and a pair of tennis shoes and a helmet. Other than that, you don't need all the fancy gear that you see all those pro athletes using. You can do it in tennis shoes, a tank top, and lycra. You can do it in anything. And find people who have done them, and find people who have been a first timer, and they can really help you figure out what you need to make the day successful. The number one thing I always recommend for training is make sure you get into open water. If you only swim in a clear water pool, you're in for a big surprise when you get into Lake Winona. Any lake, really. And also find a group to swim with, because swimming by yourself is one thing, but having people around you swimming is another situation. And that's our main goal, is for everyone to be safe. So if you feel safe in that situation, then you'll have a better time.
Now that you know the basics of Trinona, let's take a break and maybe you can search for 2 friends to do the race with.
At Midtown Foods, we know it's not just about getting groceries. It's about friendly faces, fresh produce, quality cuts of meat, and experienced employees. We know because we shop here too. Midtown Foods, Winona's largest locally owned grocery store, downtown Winona. Elevate your HBC TV experience with the latest technology to hit your whole home entertainment system. Record up to 6 programs simultaneously and save up to 350 hours of your favorite shows. Pause a program you're watching in one room and pick right up where you left off in another. Video on demand, wireless set-top boxes and mobile device streaming, apps including Alexa, Netflix, YouTube, and more. Call 888-474-9995 to learn more, or visit hbci.com/elevate today.
Welcome back. Did you find some friends to race with, or think about racing individually? Or don't think racing is your thing but still want to help out by volunteering? Let's go figure out how you can register.
Yeah, so we do online registration, cuts off on June 4th. That'll be the last day for online registration. We do offer day of registration as well. The biggest reason we have that cutoff is so we can give final numbers for t-shirts, awards, all that stuff. We literally, even though we've talked to all of our vendors already, getting all that stuff set up, we wait until the last minute to have it all printed. So we are down to the gun usually, and we're trying to make sure that we have enough for everybody. Generally, most people are signing up during the winter because they're planning out their schedule for the year, and they say, oh, I'm going to be around that weekend, let's do that. Or sometimes they'll put it on their race calendar. You know, we have quite a few enthusiasts who will come out and put this on their calendar each year because it is such a beautiful area, and I believe we've always put on a really great race for everybody. So in terms of volunteerism, that's crucial to any event. I don't care what it is. And to have, we partner with Live Well Winona. They recruit volunteers for us, and that is a huge help to us. I believe we try to bring in about 300 volunteers each year to help with both the kids tri as well as the adult triathlon. Those I have volunteered in the past. Lindsay has as well. These are things that we feel help benefit the community, and that's why we volunteered at the time. Now that we're running it, we rely on those volunteers to help make sure that the race day experience is excellent for everyone. Now, not only do we want to make sure the racers are having fun all day and that they're having a good, safe experience, but we also want to make sure the volunteers are having fun as well. So every volunteer gets a t-shirt. They also will make sure they have a meal, and there's a little swag bag for them. They get some stuff as well. But primarily we want to make it a good experience for the volunteers as well, because they're extremely important to us and we want them to come back every year. It depends. You can sign up for whatever you want to do. There are, again, many different facets to a triathlon. So if you wanted to help check in volunteers, you could do that. If you wanted to work transition, which is where everybody switches over from swim to bike to run, and basically you just make sure that everybody's obeying the rules and doing what they're supposed to do. We have setup volunteers, we have tear down volunteers, we have course marshals out on the bike course, so we'll actually have people out on course making sure that traffic doesn't enter the course during the race. You know, and then we also, part of that safety piece is on the roads that we cross, like highways, like we cross Highway 61, we shut down Garvin Heights Road for a few hours. Those things are generally manned by police department. So we have police department or county or sometimes state troopers come in to help us manage the traffic during those times. But it is a short window. It's a Sunday morning for about 3 or 4 hours. We got to at least minimize the amount of traffic that's going through the course. And you know, Lindsay and I are very thankful to the people that live on the course that have embraced the race, and they make it an event themselves. So a lot of times when you're out riding the bike on course, you'll see a band out in the front yard sitting there playing. A bluegrass band, I think, plays over that way, and I think up there's a heavy metal band. And people literally look forward to it because they're not going anywhere that morning anyways, so they're going to sit and they're going to watch all the racers go by and make it an event themselves. So we'd like to thank all those people that live out on course as well. That's really kind of them to allow us to do this. If you want to volunteer, you can go to livewellwinona.org. On there they'll have a link for Trinona or volunteer opportunities, and you can click in there and see what is available still, and we'll find a spot for you. So I know we're still looking for, I believe course marshals is the one that we have some holes in that we really need help with, but there are some other ones as well that basically if you're looking for something, we can find something for you to do that day.
I would recommend doing a triathlon for anyone who maybe does biking a lot, but they're looking maybe for a new challenge, or they were a swimmer in high school and really are looking for something to motivate them to get going. And I always am more, what's the word I'm looking for? When I sign up for a race, I'm more encouraged to get out every day and do something to help me do better in the race. So I think to do it would be to, of course, health, and maybe if you have family members who you're encouraging to get fit, maybe they can walk the run and you can do the other legs. So I think it's just a really fun, it can be a family event, it can be a solo event, or if you're just a really competitive person and you're looking for a solo event, this is where it's at.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
You don't need this.
Elevate your TV experience with HBC. Record up to 6 programs simultaneously. Wireless set-top boxes, 350 hours of storage, in-home streaming, Alexa, Netflix, and more. Call 888-474-9995 to learn more or visit hbci.com/elevate. Sunshine Refuse is your locally owned and operated choice for trash removal in the Winona and surrounding communities. Owner Tony Buckland built Sunshine Refuse on service, and he and his crew put the needs of their customers first, as your satisfaction is their #1 priority, and you can see it in their work. Put a little sunshine in your day. Call Sunshine Refuse at 507-452-5107 and start your service today. You'll be happy that you did.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and this is my story. I've been an Ultra member since I was 16. So when I bought my first home, Ultra was my first choice for financing. The process was easy, and the staff took the time to answer all of my questions. My first home buying experience with Ultra was so great that when it came time to upgrade to a larger home, I knew exactly who to contact. There is no one else I'd rather have by my side. Ultra Federal Credit Union, it's where I belong.
Don't miss out on highlights and score updates from your favorite local college and high school athletics by following HBC TV 25 Sports. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get up-to-date information on all the games covered by the HBC sports team. Grab your smartphone and add us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HBC TV 25 Sports. After doing my mini triathlon, what better way to relax than to take a canoe out on the lake and listen to some live music? Music at the lake is back, which means summer.
Just get a good grip on my heart.
We owe it all to Mike Munson, so I should say that first of all. Mike is just one of the great musicians here in Winona, and it was his idea. He has played at almost every venue in the city, and he thought, I've never played in the middle of the lake, and I love outdoor and recreation activities. Why don't I just set up a little stage outside in the lake and have people paddle out to hear me? And so we did that last year and attracted, I think, well over 300 people to the first concert. And he sort of said, yeah, I think this kind of works. Take off if you want with it. So we've decided we want to try to have one every season, even in the winter, and we did. Our second one was on the shore. We weren't brave enough to go out on the ice yet, because we just wanted to make sure that, our second concert was not one that put anyone in peril. But we had ice skating, so people were listening to the music, but ice skating to the music. So it was a little reverse of what we like to do, but hopefully next winter we'll have a stage out on the ice and have people just come out and ice skate and be out on the ice to hear it. But during the non-icy months, the more lake-appropriate months, we've created a stage. We've taken some dock pieces and put them together, and we floated out into the lake, and we put it just far enough so that you paddle out to here, and there's a lot of room out on the lake, but you can also hear from the shore. So either way, you get the best of both worlds in terms of what is kind of cool about Winona.
That's all I want to do. It's never been just right since we've been
We hope it is just one of those things that brings together the scenic beauty of Winona, the ability to do some really fun outdoor recreational activity, and then combine it with the art of Winona. And the music scene in Winona is so important to the character of who we are. And so we love to showcase musicians in unique settings, and this is the way to do it. People that experience it say it's just one of those great things to do with your family. You paddle out, you get that time to be with each other, but you also get a chance to just enjoy some great music in a beautiful setting. Actually, you'd be surprised. There are so many people that as soon as they hear the idea, they're like, oh, I'm down. I'd love to try that. I mean, there are certain things we have to be careful with. I don't know that we want to put a hard rock and roll band out there yet, only just because of the sort of setting and the sort of idyllic world that would be sort of shattered, but don't put it past us. The Busboys are going to play in September, and they're not hard rock and roll by any means. They're just great old sort of cover music. But Reina Del Cid will be playing in August, and she's more of a, in that tradition of singer-songwriter folk music that we started with, but we think bluegrass music would work out there. I'm convinced that at some point we should have some classical music out there. I think it'd be just beautiful to listen to a nice chamber or, group out in the middle of the lake. We did have boats here. The park has a pretty good fleet of boats to rent. But then other people, actually we have boats that people who didn't have their own boats just hopped in. It was a way for people to meet other people. We have some boats that carry as many as 12 to 15 people. So we just said, hi, here's Fred, here's Jane, here's their family. Get in a boat with them and paddle out. And everybody was making new friends and, just enjoying what it is to live in Winona.
Hey, Winona. Thanks for paddling out.
Yeah, this is really weird, but awesome.
No matter how I try, can anyone see how I'm gonna get by? The money's run dry.
First, that it's free, and we thank our sponsors so much, HBC for helping us with promotion, but the Winona National Bank and Merchants Bank and the Winona Community Foundation, but also that where else are you going to experience this type of activity, one for free, and two with locally based musicians and creators, to try to bring them to the forefront as much as possible, and to bring and develop a true sense of community. Once you attend one of our events, you want to keep coming back for as many of them as possible, because it's a community of people that is sharing something so beautiful. We don't think of it as so important to recognize. We think of it as the arts just enhance the quality of your life. If you take art out of your life, what do you have left? You choose what colors you want to wear in the morning. You change your haircut. Everything about who you are and what you experience with the world has art involved in it. And we tend to think of one of the reasons to live in Winona is that it's an actual living work of art. It's so beautiful. The town is famous for being a place that people choose to live because of that. And we think that the natural progression of that living work of art is to appreciate the arts in all forms. So we'll have some more public art projects. We'll have music, dance, and theater and film, and all of the festivals that we have brought to the forefront if we can. August 5th, Reina Del Cid, just an amazing singer-songwriter band from the cities, will be playing. They're on their way back from Iowa and heading back to the city, so they're going to stop to play for us in the lake, or on the lake. And then the Busboys will be September 30th, and that will close out our sort of summer series of floating concerts. But look for us in January or February. We'll have one on the ice. So, we call that the not-so-floating concert. And we just think it's a great way to experience all that Winona has to offer. We also have our levee concerts coming up too, so there'll be all sorts of music in the outdoor parks and venues, in addition to the great programming that happens all year round here. Like our Facebook page, that's the easiest way. It's Winona Arts, and it's all one word with the A shared, so it's WINOARTS. And that's the easiest way, or you can visit the Park Rec website, and we have our brochure up there.
The day started our romance. On the night we met, I can never forget. You said you loved me too. Beneath the neon star and honky tonk, I fell in love with you. Thank you very much.
What a great opportunity that was to hang out with your family and meet new people. Don't forget to head on over to their Facebook page to look for more events coming up.
Cars and Credit has always helped their customers find a vehicle that's right for their budget. But now, with their totally redesigned website, Cars and Credit is making it even easier. Check out inventory, fill out a credit application, view video testimonials. You can even make payments, all in one convenient location. Simply go to carsandcredit.com and start the search for your next vehicle today.
When you need a car and you need credit, come and get it at Cars and Credit. Come and get it at Cars and Credit.
Thank you for joining me on this adventure of exploring the outdoors. Stay tuned for when Season 2 starts back up. You never know what things I will find to do in the area. From all of us here at HBC TV 25 and Explore the Outdoors, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Was the day started our romance. On the night we met, I can never forget. You said you loved me too. Beneath the neon star and honky tonk, I fell in love with you.
Ready? Okay.